Hello and welcome to yet another video from Dive Talk. This won't be, a cave diver react per se. It's more like a breakdown video.
Oh.
Woody, I don't know. Yeah, it's like we're gonna react, but we're also we want to talk about what's in the video.
Well, which
You're
is
full of
why
coffee.
I got a triple espresso.
Yeah,
So you're going to hear stop.
Yep.
Often.
for sure. And before I started diving and all of that, I've done like sports like all my life. I did swimming, then I played water polo, then I played rugby, and then after rugby I did jiu-jitsu for 4 years. And it's cool because when you do jiu-jitsu, like I feel even as just a 4-year practitioner, I'm not a black belt or anything. I feel like I can handle myself in like most fights.
Yeah.
As long as the other guy doesn't know more jiu-jitsu than me.
And jiu-jitsu, you take them down to the ground.
Right.
Right? Because I did about 10 years of just American karate. And
Right.
the jiu-jitsu guys would come in to our dojo, and they'd be like, all right, well, try to go against us. I'm like, yeah, but we're karate, right?
Right.
5 seconds, they had me on the ground, and I was pinned. I
Yeah,
was
your
done.
karate is useless.
It was useless.
So I feel like when I walk into the room, like I can handle myself against anyone. That's how I feel. It might not be true. That's not today though, because today we have Chris here on the studio, who's a total badass.
Yeah.
Right. So for the first time, Chris, welcome to the show. He's a subscriber to Dive Talk as
Wait,
well.
is the surprise that the live video is going to be you kicking his ass? that I will stay quiet
Wait,
for.
wait.
I would stay quiet for that. I would.
We will have a breakdown video after
Oh
that.
man, that's awesome. If
Exactly.
that would happen.
Yeah.
No, but Chris, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself? Because I mean, you are like way more interesting than both of us combined. I feel like. All right, not only you're a master diver now, which is pretty awesome, a rescue diver.
Yep.
Can you give me a little love for
Yo, yeah.
that part helping with? I'm just. Okay, I'm sorry.
No. We've been following this channel. We were subscriber 246.
Nice.
So we hopped in nice and early, and have kind of seen your guys' rise, I guess, to prominence in the YouTube world.
Well, from that, but we're having fun.
It's been amazing to watch. And I actually started my dive journey with Woody as one of my instructors.
Yeah.
He's been taking care of my son and I, and teaching us and helping us grow. We did the stress and rescue class a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
Had an amazing time. And just finished my master diver, my final dives for that this past
dude.
weekend. Yeah.
And what are we doing coming up this weekend?
So we are diving on the Spiegel Grove and the Benwood in the Florida Keys, doing some deep diving, which is ironic. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, the biggest thing we always talk about for beginners in jiu-jitsu is it's like being in an ocean surrounded by sharks. You think you can handle yourself, you think you have these skills and these preconceived notions of what you're capable of, and then you hit the mats and you're just surrounded by people who literally just toy with you.
Yeah.
And
So is it really like that? Like, if they're that much better, no matter what you
Yes.
do,
Yes.
what do they just anticipate?
Like in boxing, for example,
Yeah.
if you get into a ring with a boxer, you have a very slight to none chance of like throwing a Hail Mary and catching him and knocking him out. Like you might have a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get on a mat with a black belt, you have zero chance
Oh.
that you will tap him.
They're just
like
moving-
no chance.
Wow.
You will not do it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
it's a whole other world. I mean, it's in its own way. I think, and I talked about this a little bit on my post when I became a master diver. They're very similar in that you get to the level of being a black belt, and any good black belt will tell you that that's when you can finally start learning
Amazing.
what jiu-jitsu
That's
is really
cool.
about.
I agree with that.
It's unbelievable.
Philosophy,
Yes.
that whole philosophy of
Yeah.
when you hit those higher levels,
Yep.
you're like, wow, I'm just now starting.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, but in addition to jiu-jitsu, you're also an MMA fighter.
Yep.
You still compete in jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
You're
Stuntman.
You're a stuntman. You're an actor, master diver. I mean, and you're. Fun fact: this is I don't know if it's a world exclusive here on
Yes.
Dive Talk, but you were the first person who got hit by the new Captain America,
Yep.
Sam Wilson's shield when he
Yes.
became Captain America. So
Yes.
Hey,
Talk
Charlie.
about that super
Charlie's
quick.
in the video.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie. in the stunt world, when you're filming, you never know what's going to make the final edit. You're always at the mercy of the editors. But when I was on set, and they told me what the gag was, that I'm getting hit with the shield, and then Sam rolls in and gets the shield and stands up. I knew without a doubt. I was like, there is no way this is
They're
the
gonna
whole
cut
point.
that. No chance.
Yes, yeah. The entire series is leading up to this one moment, and so sometimes it's not about how big something is, it's how important it is.
Right.
And I think that was such a special moment and amazing to get to be a part of.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when it came out, my kids lost their mind. They're like, oh
Yeah,
my gosh,
sure. It's
Dad's
awesome.
getting beat up by Captain America.
Yeah, and just in case for people watching this, if you haven't seen
Yep.
the Falcon and Winter Soldier
Yep.
on Disney Plus,
Yep.
I totally recommend it. It's a great show.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Chris getting hit by the shield.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm almost there.
I mean, he nailed you,
Yeah.
Chris.
so-
But good job,
Yeah,
by the way.
thank you.
It
Thank
looked
you.
very, very realistic. So anyway,
Yep.
you do everything. And I felt like, all right, so one of our most popular videos we've ever shared, which was the worst instructor we've ever seen, is this guy teaching the rescue class, right?
Still
and
mad.
He's
Still mad.
totally like abusing his students,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So this guy got pretty upset
Yep.
after. I mean, we didn't even release his name, although he's a dummy, so he put his name on the video.
Right.
I couldn't edit that out.
Yep.
But we didn't specifically call him out or link to his channel or anything like that. We were sort of like, this guy's horrible.
How about
and left it at that.
How about the threat where he then messages me directly?
That's what I was gonna say. He threatened us, right?
Then
was
he
like,
goes, "Hey, you got to take that down, or
Or
I'm
else."
going to report you to YouTube as a copyright violation." I'm like, dude, go ahead then, because
not that- not
you
just
put
that,
your
right?
video out. We reacted
did.
to your video.
Right.
That's our opinion. I think what you did is outrageous and dangerous, and I hope nobody ever teaches that way again.
Right.
You were wrong, and that's my reaction.
And
he
but
was-
then after he
got
reported
rejected
us,
by
he
YouTube.
reported us to YouTube, and YouTube is like, just get out of here.
Yeah.
So he was like, you better take it down or else.
Yeah, right.
Like he
Okay.
he was.
Yeah.
You have more consequences or whatever.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, you know what? I wonder who this guy is for real. So he has a YouTube channel. I'm not gonna link it on this video. We don't need to give him
we don't want.
publicity.
Let's not do that.
But I went to his most watched video of all time, which I assume after the diving one that we reacted to, he took that down because he was embarrassed, because he was an idiot on that video. He has one. He's unbelievable. He is also a lifeguard instructor.
Okay.
So what? So what do you think?
Don't tell me he abuses him during the lifeguard training. Because I was about to actually try to give him credit and say, well, you know what? Maybe he just did this one time,
And
he doesn't teach like that always. That's
I
what
don't-
I'm hoping.
I don't want to pick on this guy, specifically. Like, I'm not going to react to any more of his videos. But this one is so outrageous that I had to show you guys.
You're kidding.
Okay.
Because, especially Christian, who just went through...
So that's what we're reacting to?
well, so I found that video is outrageous. So then I'm like, okay, I wonder if there are other videos like this out there. And I found some fun ones, including some from the movies. So that's when I had the idea of we got to get Chris in here because he's a fighter, stuntman, he's a movie actor, and a rescue diver. I mean, he has more knowledge than us when it comes to this stuff. So let's react to some of these. And I know already this video is going to be long, but it's hilarious. And it's a compilation of multiple videos.
Okay.
All right, so none of you guys have seen these.
Nope.
First, we're going to start with our superstar here teaching lifeguard classes. And I want to hear your commentary and reaction on this.
Superstar meaning our bad guy.
Yes.
The bad,
Yeah.
mean instructor.
Correct. Let's watch. All right, so this is that's the instructor right there wearing that black T-shirt. So, all right, so hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me...
Wait.
Hold on.
Wait. I'm already stopping. Did I?
So let me...
Yes, the
Seriously?
double kick to the
He
chest.
just double clicked to the chest. Now, he is pretending. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's what I don't understand. All right. So this is a lifeguard class. So what is this scenario? Like, is it that the instructor is the lifeguard and this person is swimming like aggressively towards him? Because if this person knew how to swim, Why would they need a lifeguard?
Yep.
I don't get that part.
But why would the person being rescued kick you off of them?
Well, that's the other
Double
thing.
kick you off of them.
But that's the other thing that I
get
thought
it. I don't
was,
get it.
well, maybe when I started watching, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe this guy, the instructor, it's actually the victim. And he's drowning and he's panicking. And now the lifeguard, because he's teaching a lifeguard class, I assume the students are playing the lifeguard, not the victim.
Yep.
The lifeguard is swimming to save him, and he is, I don't know, like in the panic, like kicking him away. That's what I thought. But no, you're about to see, it's clear that our super instructor here is the actual lifeguard. He's showing his students how this is done.
Okay.
So there he comes, the victim. Boom.
Oh,
Kick
there's
to
the
the
second
chest.
one.
Get away from me.
Goodness. What?
And then he does.
What in the world? Why?
This is how you control a victim in panic. You just do that.
Oh, no, wait. No,
Jiu-jitsu.
wait. Stop for a second. Actually, just I want to give me a second here.
Yeah.
I want to take a breath. I'm not a lifeguard instructor. You're going to be shocked what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
All right.
I wonder if that last move, in fact, is something that is recommended in lifeguarding if they're panicking to the point, well, they'll get hurt. Because, hear me out before everybody,
Yep.
Go ahead.
maybe on that one, I'm trying my absolute best to give him the benefit of the doubt. Because if you look at it, he actually didn't hurt him.
Yep.
And he put him on his back, and the guy was under control at that point.
Wow.
Now, on that particular move, the kicking hard to the guy's chest, I don't know why he would do that. You could just get away. You don't need to kick him. But that last move, actually, it didn't bother me that much.
Okay.
So
That jiu-jitsu move.
from a fight perspective, I'm looking and like, maybe for some underwater combat scenes, like these are not bad options. But when he grabbed the wrist and it looked like he was going to go for a Sayanagi, which is a judo throw, which would have put your victim or your drowning victim underwater,
Right.
and then ducked behind for the armbar. I mean, it's a great control tactic. The problem is if you don't succeed at that, then you now have a panicking diver or drowning victim on your back. And that's one in jiu-jitsu, you have, kind of risk reward. And so if I'm going for a Sayanagi, if I land it, it's great because I now have my opponent on the ground, I'm controlling them. But if I don't, they have my back, and I've put myself in a bad position.
And also, could your average lifeguard do that without hurting the victim?
Yeah.
Because he was able to do it and control it. Now, a little bit more up.
Yeah.
I'm no
Yeah, you're
jiu-jitsu guy, but I think you could dislocate the shoulder.
You can dislocate the shoulder.
Yeah, you
So
can
I-
hurt him worse.
Yeah.
Way
So,
worse.
Look, I'm not recommending that as the move, but
No.
this guy got him under control without hurting him.
Right.
Would we teach that way in lifeguarding? I'm not a lifeguard instructor. I highly doubt it.
Yesterday, I went to Sea Ventures because Tori was there. She's our lifeguard instructor.
Yep.
Yeah, she's an
done-
instructor trainer.
She's done like hundreds of classes. She knows what she's doing. And I showed her this video.
Oh, that's why you were there.
And she was speechless.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She was like, what is this?
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
trying
keep
my
watching
best to give
because-
this guy any possible room for credibility.
Good try.
All right.
You get A for effort. All right, so here's the next guy.
Yeah.
Boom. He does the same move.
Bam.
Underwater. Right? The guy's drowning.
Oh, man.
Allegedly. Okay. Die. You can
Oh,
die.
he drowned him.
Die.
Wait.
So, I mean,
Okay, stop.
So he does
You
it.
can stop that one. That one bothers me.
Yes.
Because he dunked him underwater. And the problem and we've talked about this, everybody, a bunch, is, remember, Chris, I told you this in the rescue class. If you bring somebody underwater, the average, from what I read, from different things Dan's published and guys I've talked to there, 3 seconds.
yes.
And the next thing they do is they breathe.
Yes.
And if they're underwater, that guy just sucked in water.
Yep. By the way, let me stop right here to remind everyone to like this video. We always forget to tell people and
Subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe
Please
for
subscribe.
sure. But let's keep watching because
All
he
right.
gets worse.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he's rougher to the female victims. I don't know why, but let's watch. All right. Take it easy.
Doggos.
We have the dogs here in the
Yeah.
office. Look at this punch or double kick to the
Yep.
chest. but somehow he keeps swimming. So single kick now for some reason.
There's his name.
Yeah, and then he does the move.
Yep.
All right, and then you go in the water and die.
Yeah.
And he took the goggles off.
But he looks
Because he enjoys
mad.
that.
Look at his fit. This
Yes.
guy is just mean.
He is. Well, and you can see he doesn't actually have good control. So the movement's smooth. I got to give him that. It's a smooth movement.
Oh, man. Was that a neck thrust?
That was a threat
What?
check. That was a
Okay, that guy.
This is self-defense for
Dude, I'm gonna pass out.
underwater.
Look at this to the
Yeah.
No, come on.
I mean,
Stop. This is
This-
ridiculous. This guy is absolutely out of control.
it,
I don't get it.
it's
I don't get it now.
we,
Do you guys
There's
have
the
any?
duck under.
Can you
Yeah.
stop it for 1 second? Just stop it for once.
I mean, he's at least consistent about bringing them underwater.
Oh my
No, but is there seriously? And I'm asking this. Do you guys know? Don't
Yeah.
make up the answer because I don't know. Is there any with the American Red Cross who develops
Yeah.
the lifeguard programs, at least here in the United States? Are any of these recommended procedures? You went to Tori yesterday. I didn't ask that. Gus, anything that we've
No.
seen so
Yes.
far?
No.
Tori-
chance.
Like actually, Tori went, and I give her credit for this. This is great. She went into like the agency and showed me. The agency has the videos on all the moves.
Okay.
And she even showed me some videos about like what happens if you're like, if you turn around to get the float or whatever, and the victim just clamps onto your neck. Like, how do you get out of that? So like they have a lot of experience doing this, and she's like, none of the stuff in this video is something we do, we teach, we recommend at all. Like he's hurting the victims.
Oh yeah. Well, in the rescue class, you do know one of the moves that we do is if they're thrashing at you and you can time it, you can grab their arm,
Arm
swing
drag
them
it.
around.
Yeah.
You're not bending it upward. You're
no.
swinging them because we know if you get behind a victim in a scuba kit, you could inflate their BCD and create buoyancy, and it calms them.
Right.
Of course, it's better just to go under.
yes.
Yes.
100%.
But this, I don't know. I'm wondering what this guy, where
let's
he
keep
trained.
watching. Yes.
I would love to know where he trained.
I don't know.
No, but
this
that's
is-
interesting, isn't it? Wouldn't it be cool to know why? Where did you learn this?
get some.
Well, and you can see there's a moment where the panicked diver has your back, and all they have to do is clamp down on you, and you now are going from being a rescuer to a fellow victim.
Punch him in the face.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's one. That one can really
Yes.
hurt somebody bad.
Look at this. This is just dumb. Okay, go underwater.
But
die.
but Gus, don't and Chris,
Yeah.
he learned this.
Yes, at some point.
Look,
Or
get some. Don't you dare need help. And what is?
But
what
where
is
did
happening?
he learn these techniques?
Look at the girl.
Lifeguard
Look at the girl.
turkey.
Bam!
yeah.
Oh man.
My
mean-
God, knocked out. Oh, you're still alive? Bang! Get
Yeah.
some.
I can't even laugh at it. It's
Yeah.
really brutal.
Well, and
It's
the big thing is
embarrassing.
it's dangerous, and it's not just dangerous to
This looks like a fun
the
game.
victim.
All right, that's the next.
Yeah.
That's the next. Video.
Yeah, but
just
I
give
can't-
me
I
your
can't
final
not-
thoughts
I-
on
I
this,
can't-
because that's what
I'm
originated
just-
the idea of the rest of the
Yes.
video. So
I'm-
we're really reacting to the rest.
you know, and I'm going to react and react. I really don't care. I'm going to be myself. I'm always trying to figure out what is in somebody's mind.
Yes.
I like that form of learning, the whys.
Yes.
Remember, I've told you that a bunch. I would love to know why are you teaching these skills? Who taught you, and what's the logic? Why
Right.
do you put them in these moves? Because if you're rescuing somebody as a lifeguard, they're not looking to be violent against you. They just want to stay on the surface.
Right.
So I don't know the logic, and he may have an answer of who taught him this, and this is their procedures and why.
Well, he definitely has our contact information, so he can tell us.
Reach out if you have some logic. That's what I would like to know.
Yeah, and I will say from the two sides, from a stunt perspective, if I'm choreographing a fight underwater, like those are some good viable moves. But from a rescue standpoint, and from dealing with my prior life as in the military, dealing with unarmed combatants on a battlefield, and now dealing with panic divers, the big thing is I do not want to turn it into a grappling match. at all. You do not want to be hand to hand with people who are panicking, because it's just going to escalate the situation and make it more dangerous for both of you. So doing the arm drag where I can get behind you and I can control you safely, and then start the rescue procedures, that makes sense. Going into a modified throw into a duck under to an arm bar where I'm giving you up my back and we're now in grappling range where you can grab me as much as I can grab you.
That's bad.
It's turning it from a rescue to a fight.
And we do know that this was actually a lifeguard class because he put that .com on there. Because for a second I'm like, maybe he is teaching underwater combat.
No. It's a lifeguard class.
All right.
Yep. All right. So moving on.
Good comment, Chris. Thank you.
Moving on. I found this game. Speaking of military, and it looks like fun. Actually, for real. I would like to do this.
Okay.
Check this out.
Underwater.
It's called Underwater Torpedo.
Okay.
And it's this guys are marine underwater instructors or combat instructors. Is that me? No, that's not. I thought it was me for a second.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's not.
I love it. Yep.
Wow.
Flip on the water. That's not the game.
Yep.
This is just
You
showing
got the
off.
rubby duckies. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So now let's go to the game. So it's a torpedo like the one we have for the class.
Yep.
And it's just basically like soccer underwater, but they're allowed to fight each other.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's almost like underwater rugby. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. I think it's fun.
Yeah, so we used to do this. We do pool PT every once in a while, where you go to whatever the pool is, and you'd play games like this, and it's good for keeping yourself spatially aware, being aware of where people are around you.
Look at this guy.
Oh, that guy gets in there, man.
Now,
Bam.
Get some.
But if we're tying
Is he gonna score?
two videos together, notice how once people get close, it is just madness.
Yeah.
When two people can get their hands on each other underwater, it's chaos. So in this video, it's fun. In the previous one, it will get people killed.
Right. What I want to say about this one. Can you stop it for 1 second? This one doesn't bother me at all.
No,
And let me tell you why. These guys play this game.
Yes.
They know how to play it. They probably are like, look, you're a newbie.
Yep.
Well, it's going to be rough, but you could tell, hey, we play this game.
Yeah.
If I jumped in with them, I'm going to get my butt kicked quickly, but they know that I'm a newbie.
Yep.
Right.
So they're not really putting each other in danger. Yeah. That's different than the previous guy who's teaching people to be a lifeguard against innocent victims. These guys are just playing a game.
And they're
they
underwater combat marine instructors.
Big difference.
Yes.
They're having fun. Personally, it looks pretty cool. to me.
Yeah.
That's my reaction.
Looks awesome.
I've literally done this before. Like pool PT would be kind of a reward. And the thing is, like, you want to have as much fun as humanly possible while staying safe, because if anybody gets injured or hurt, then you don't get to do it anymore. And it's so much better than like,
gotcha.
we're going to go for another 4-mile run, 6-mile run, 8-mile run, and push-ups and sit-ups and go for a rock. It's like, no, we're going to the pool today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And didn't as kids, when you swam in a pool, we did this all
you
the
loved
time
it.
as
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's almost over.
Yep.
So anyway, they're just playing and scoring. Looks like fun. So anyway, it's
I want to play, to be honest with
is that Woody? Oh no, that's not. I thought it was you.
Well, his biceps are not quite as large as mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. Pretty fun.
Yeah. So a completely different scenario, even though these guys are fighting each other.
Yes.
But I'm glad you did that. Like, you showed one where it's a trainer training people versus just guys underwater, girls underwater having fun.
Right.
Different.
Exactly. All right. So that was that. And the next one is supposed to be an instructional video, although it's like from Asia, and I'm not really sure what they're instructing. So maybe you guys can help me out here.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this girl is swimming or diving, I guess. They're in a pool, so that's safer, I guess. Her stuff is hanging. The SPG. Okay. Here's another girl. And they're what? They fighting underwater or something?
Well,
Simulated.
yeah.
But it's actually
It was
good for practicing your buoyancy.
Yeah, so it's a block, and then she's going to go for a Sanagi. She grabs, she sort of tries to duck under.
Oh, cool.
But fighting in water is really hard because, I mean, it keeps you from being able to move the way you should. There's a good, she tried to block the kick.
I think it's pretty neat, though. It shows the moves in slow motion.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good way to teach those moves.
She got a knife out. She got a knife out. What's coming?
Oh, boy. She
It's
blocked
knifed.
her.
Yep.
All right. I don't know if...
I think they're trying.
I think it's clever.
Yeah. They're either trying to choreograph a fight or practice underwater self-defense.
Somehow she died. Or she passed out or something. Oh.
By the way,
No BCD, huh?
you didn't happen to pick this one because they happen to be pretty fit in those bikinis.
What?
You weren't thinking that.
No.
Were you? Not you.
All right. So this one...
But wait. Well, let's finish the last one. I actually think that last one is such a cool way to slow motion exhibit in a 3-dimensional world underwater the moves.
Yes.
You can really complete the flip.
Yes.
You couldn't do that on land.
No.
So that's really pretty cool.
Yeah. So...
And trying to, just a quick side note, trying to, choreograph fights underwater where everything is slower, it changes the game, right? Because on land, speed represents threats. But underwater, speed's not an ally. You can't throw punches quickly. So how do you create something that gives you that sense of danger when you don't have all these tools you're used to having? And so, I like the idea that they were trying to figure out how can we create a scenario where there is some kind of conflict, only it's underwater, and it shows you very quickly, like, it's hard to do. So, that was
a good point.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one, I honestly have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
This is a excerpt or a piece of a movie from, I assume it's Japan or Korea or somewhere.
By chance, is that a wedding dress?
She's wearing a wedding dress.
I want to make sure I'm seeing correctly.
Yes.
Okay, and they're in the water.
And they are above the water, and this thug-looking guy is threatening her of some kind. And I don't know. The groom will get involved at some point. Anyway, it's a little outrageous. So I want you guys to take a look at this one and tell me what you think.
用光了，你男朋友还不来的话，你也不用担心的，因为你穿得漂亮。哈哈，海龙王一定会来娶你的。
Says something about Poseidon. Okay, but if he's gonna throw it in the why and where did she get the mask?
Yeah.
Did you guys catch that?
Well, wait. Why? Hold on. Can you stop? Why did he happen to also give her a scuba unit if he's trying to kill her?
idea.
Hey, I'm gonna drown you, and by the way, take this regulator.
Yeah, and the mask. It's important. I mean,
he was
somehow she has a mask too.
This is a movie that I think they're trying to make.
Yeah.
A
Well,
drama. I don't know.
And that's another thing. People have called us out because we're reacting too seriously to
thank you.
reenactments and stuff. Yeah, this is a movie,
Hey.
but we're reacting to the movie, even if it's fake. Who cares?
No matter what, movie or not, I'm going to react to what my eyeballs see on the screen.
That's
I don't care. I know they're actors, of course. When people make that comment, I'm like, but that's not the point of our reaction videos. We're reacting so people can learn stuff.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So she fell. She's tied, I guess.
She's in a
in
wedding
her
dress.
hands.
That's got to be
yeah,
tricky.
she's still in a wedding dress. She's breathing.
Are these?
Oh, these two guys are dead.
Yeah.
I guess he wanted her to have a slow death with the air
I don't know what
eventually.
this guy's doing. Oh, some people are coming. So what are these guys doing?
That's funny.
Uh-oh. And why is that guy wearing a scuba mask to jet ski or to ski behind the... Oh, boy. Why is he wearing a mask? That's what I'm wondering.
He's coming in for the rescue.
Yeah.
No, he just turned around and left. Okay, chill. So the girl is still down there. Okay. And now there's two jet skis.
Okay.
So he's like in a cove, and he's in a cove, and you know how much you hate when you're taking it easy on a cove, waiting until somebody dies, and they keep interrupting you.
Yeah.
Like people,
Yeah, it's a
especially
bummer.
people with jet skis and stuff. When you're in a cove, I mean, you have a boat, I have a boat as well. You like to go to the cove and just chill.
Yeah.
Right? These guys just keep coming and bothering you.
Yeah.
What do you do, by the way, when people come and bother you? I have an
If
air
I'm
horn.
trying to kill somebody,
No. Well, regardless.
like I threw somebody in with a wedding dress, what do I do?
Yeah. Well, no. Just regardless.
No.
If people are coming to the cove to bother
In
you.
Lake Lanier, there's a rule. You're supposed to stay a certain distance away from a dock, and other than that, you have to be in idle speed, right? So they're pretty good about that.
Yeah. I have an air horn that I blow if like somebody's going through a cove and not idle speed.
Yeah.
I just blow the horn and normally that stops. Let's see what this guy does. Okay. He seems like a nice person. All right, so these guys are coming to the cove, just ruining the common peace.
My reaction is that looked fun.
Yeah. The guy say, you know what?
Don't stop.
Damn it! These people are always messing with my
Murder.
interrupting my meditation.
Is that a bazooka?
Yes, it's a law. It's a law. So that's an anti-tank
That's
weapon.
hilarious.
I mean,
Okay, that's awesome.
that is.
That's a great scene right there.
I
That
mean, Georgia-
escalated very quickly.
Now imagine you're hold on, stop. Imagine you're on me and you were jet skiing, and I turn around and Gus is bazookaed off his jet ski. I'm like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's
Very
crazy.
pro Second Amendment in this lake.
Go ahead, Chris. I don't know what to say about this one.
So,
By the way, since you know about weapons, Chris,
yeah.
do you know that these are semi-automatic bazookas? He has another round.
Yep.
I mean, this is.
Yeah.
Oh, he was ready to go, but he didn't. I mean.
Well, that guy is.
And by the way, the other guy, I think it was Donald Cerrone. He just left.
Yeah. He was like, I'm out. I'm out. I have to say, so from
There's a rule for jet skiing, which is.
Go ahead,
yeah.
Chris.
So from a purely filmmaker perspective, right? We had just talked about how difficult it is to create tension underwater, and so now you have what we call the ticking time bomb scenario. You know, she's underwater, in theory, running out of air. Not sure what to do, but if the camera just stays on her for a prolonged period of time, it's boring. Like if you're in that situation and you're underwater, running out of air, and your hands are tied, it's panic. But visually, there's not much happening. So they're bouncing back and forth between the surface, back to her to let you know she's still under there struggling. So I think how they're shooting it and editing it is trying to keep that sense of tension. And these guys may come notice and help rescue her. Oh no, now they're being chased off or blown up by. And I'm pretty sure that's a law, which is an anti-tank weapon. We switched over to a newer version in like the early 2000s, so I may be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Worked on a jet ski.
So if you shot an anti-tank weapon at a person on a jet ski, there won't be anything left of them?
Well,
It's just a question
and I just
for the
wonder-
audience. Since we're learning, I'm wondering, would that eliminate the
It's
problem?
definitely not a fireball.
Yeah,
right, Chris?
no. Well, no. So the and I'm not super familiar with the law because once again we switched over to the AT4, which is an anti-tank round, and it basically is a has more or less a shaped charge which melts through the armor and then explodes inside the tank, creating overpressure and an explosion that kills everybody inside the tank.
Cool.
But would it take down a jet ski?
It would have gone straight through the jet ski. I mean, it most likely would have pierced it, hit the water, and then there may have been an explosion in the water.
Yeah.
Do we want to? Could we buy like a really old jet ski? Hear me
No,
out.
no.
You know
no,
where I'm going.
No, stop it.
And borrow. I know somebody who has these kind of weapons.
Yeah.
And let's
Dude,
They have
blast the jet ski and see. Gus, it's not that much.
Yeah.
You used our. You know what you did.
Yeah.
I used all of our budget. That's
So
right.
when we rebuild, I think I have a freebie.
Yeah.
I want to blow up a jet ski.
Shooting anti-tank weapons at jet skis.
Jet ski to
And
see
you
what
know
happens.
now
think-
everybody's going to be like, you guys have to do
Yes.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
All right.
By the way, become a member, I guess, to Dive Talk if you want to
we
blowing
need,
jet
we
skis
need
up.
you to get to that level.
Yeah.
Jesus. Horrible ideas. But yeah, that's another thing, which is funny. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but all these weapons, like, they don't make fireballs. Like, grenades
they
in
don't.
movies make fireballs, but in real life, they don't, right?
No, it's a big explosion, loud noise, throws off a ton of shrapnel, and then that's it.
Yeah,
The only
there's
time
no fireballs.
No, it's if there is a secondary, incendiary inside the building that you're shooting at that explodes. Biggest fireball I ever saw was Iraq 2004, and it was December 24th. I know because it was Christmas. I was in a turret. I literally, saw a big flash and what looked like a mushroom cloud, and I was like, oh, this is how I die. And I was waiting for me to die, and nothing happened. So we called it in. We found out what had happened is an RPG had hit empty fuel truck, and it had just enough vapor and fumes in it that it created this huge flash and giant cloud, and then basically that was it. So that's like the.
But you guys must have been like, oh.
Yeah. I was like, so. You twiddle your thumbs until your skin melts off. I'm not really sure what to do here. They don't plan for it. Fortunately, literally, it was just a bright light, and then it went out, and we called it in, and the next day we found out what it was. In special effects, we've burnt cars, we've blown up cars. Usually, you have to put in a secondary source of whether it's propane or gas or whatever it is, to get it to burn for that long, and then it'll catch like the plastic on the jet ski, the seats or whatever it is, that will burn and give you a nice kind of fire cloud. But yeah.
All right. So now that the cove is clear, let's keep watching. So the other friend was just like, meh. Uh-oh, here comes the groom. Scuba diver.
He just happened to be in the water and get notice of it?
I guess so. I don't know.
The plot's a little tricky.
That is unrealistic.
Oh, now her rag came out?
Yeah, she just spit it out because,
Because he's coming.
No, I don't think she knows he's coming. She just, like...
He sees the dead bodies.
I don't know.
So no rag recovery when both hands and feet are
Yeah,
tied.
no, because, when they're tied, your arms
So you don't
cannot
want me to
move.
react about, as a scuba instructor, to the rag
She's just drowning, and... Alright, he's checking on the victims on the water for some reason. This is the video that I'm looking forward to the most from you, because he actually tries to do a rescue. Alright, watch.
Yep.
So the girl is dead, or drowned, or whatever.
Unresponsive.
So he's like, my love. Damn it, there's a net. Now the net, you can see clearly you can swim under. You could you could see it on the previous shot, but it's ruined the net for the fisherman.
Always carry a knife.
Yep.
Of course, and on the leg, always.
Yeah.
Extra badass, right there by the calf, Okay, so here he comes, and
Oh, no.
surprise! Where did this guy come from?
Drop that spear gun. Oh,
Caught him in the leg,
yep. He's going back for the spear gun. No.
and apparently got his artery, because look at this.
Yes.
Wow.
Alright. And it's like a shark fin type of... Uh-oh. Bleeding to death. Shark fin guy is going.
Oh.
Bang. Gets
There
him.
goes the hamstring.
So they start fighting.
Yep.
This is ugly.
Yep. And it looks like they sped the film up a little
That's
bit.
what I was
Yeah.
going to say, because there's no way they're moving this fast on the water. Alright, so here...
Oh, good. Good.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Wrap them up.
See,
Yes.
that move came in handy.
Yes.
See?
So
We-
there's a use of it right there.
That guy was probably trained
He
by
was-
that Turkish
Yeah, he definitely
instructor,
got training from him.
Yeah. Oh, look, he pulled a Jackie Chan and used the props to kill this guy,
Yep.
who apparently it's bleeding to death immediately. He's probably taking blood thinners. Alright,
She's
so the girl
still
has been
no
dead-
regulator?
Yeah, no, still she's gone, and her name is Monica apparently. So it's like Monica. So she's trying to rescue her. Watch this technique.
I like the
My
hug.
love. Look,
I-
look, look. Hey, wake up.
The surface would not be a good idea, sir.
Yeah.
Or air. Hey.
Hey, bam, slap.
Wake up. Wake up.
Yeah.
Punch her in the chest again. Maybe that
Wow, she's holding
The
her
fourth
breath for a
time.
long time, though. I give her credit.
after death.
Dude, please put a regulator in her mouth.
What is he doing? My love.
A slow-mo, yes. Make it more
Oh,
dramatic.
chest compression.
Is she going to cough? Cough?
That's clever.
She
Under-
Oh my God,
Yes.
she's alive.
Yeah, take my regulator.
Okay.
CP
I have an octopus, but don't worry. Just
Underwater
take-
CPR.
Yeah. Do you know that technique?
Yeah.
No,
Teach
but
it
now
on the-
I'll use it.
No.
Thanks to
Oh,
this
yeah, rescue
educational
sharing,
video you found.
Yeah.
What's this guy waiting to do?
I don't know.
So he's looking at the bubbles, waiting for them to come up so he can shoot them. See?
And apparently they're in 1
Yeah.
feet of death.
Yes.
1 foot of death. That's it. Why are they buddy breathing like that? The guy has 2 regulators.
Why come up there? Why don't swim away?
Exactly.
Charlie, what do you think?
Here we go. No recoil, unlimited rounds.
Yeah.
Now they swim.
And he still left his spear gun behind. That would be the first thing I would have gone for.
By the way, if he shoots an anti-tank missile out of that raft, you would think that he would probably fall down.
No, don't
So,
leave me.
They actually don't have as much kickback as you think.
Look, he
Yeah.
just leaves the girl behind.
Yeah.
She's like, no, don't.
It didn't
I don't want to spend 5 minutes with that air.
Why is he taking that off? Oh, to not give up his position?
Yes, yeah. He's letting it free
Ah.
flow so you don't know where he is.
Wow. Look at the girl
Yes.
holding her mouth.
I would have just let her
Free
breathe
flowing
it,
rag.
but
Wow.
and he's gonna come up. Yep, spear
Oh,
gun.
that's awesome.
Here we go.
This is awesome.
It's actually kind of a fun shot.
I don't know who this
What's-
is.
That just came in.
Maybe his father.
Boom.
Oh,
Get
that
some.
is awesome.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes, that was an awesome little ending. And back to the 5-minute breath holder.
World champion freediver.
still free flowing.
Cool.
I mean,
Put it on. Don't give her air.
Yep.
Take your time. Strap it right.
yep. Well, you got to take care of yourself. Take care of your victim. I
Thank you,
guess.
my love.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hair share. Guys, we can go up now. He's dead.
No.
There was a lot to unpack in that video.
I'm mostly thinking, I'm not kidding you, the whole time I was thinking, Gus had to search for
Yes.
a video that involves scuba diving
Yes.
for us to react
Yes.
to and somehow involve you as a
Yeah.
stuntman.
Yes.
You got to give him credit for finding that.
10 out of 10. That was.
Okay.
Wow.
That's pretty
that was yeah.
crazy.
Okay, so this is
right,
yet
let's
again.
move on.
Apparently, this is very popular in Japan.
Yeah.
This is yet from another movie called Stingray. I don't know. That- wow.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot.
I don't really have any reactions. It's nice,
Yeah.
fictional,
I mean,
crazy videos that involve water.
Yeah. So
Gus.
the challenge of scenes like that, and in movies and in filmmaking, we talk about the suspension of disbelief, right? The audience has to buy into the world that we're creating. Now, as we've seen in previous videos, real world fighting underwater, it doesn't look cool. It doesn't happen very quickly. It's hard to make it look dynamic. I think it helps seeing those earlier videos where people are trying to do fights underwater and seeing how difficult it is. So for this, they kept the camera in really tight. So when the camera's in close, action looks faster. They used a lot of the similar moves. It's very grappling focused, hand to hand. And you just had to suspend your disbelief, for things like buoyancy and breathing and
And everything else.
how bodies move underwater.
Right.
And if you can do that, you can appreciate, the ingenuity of this guy fighting multiple people underwater at the same time. Now, in reality, it would look much more like the Marines playing underwater torpedo, where it's just a clump of bodies, and then one of you drowns, and whoever drowns first loses. From a, filmmaking perspective, I think they did a great job. I think
That
it
was
was
good.
creative. The choreo, it was clean. It would have looked 10 times better if it was on land because it's faster and smoother.
Yeah.
But they took what would work on land and then just put it in water. I have absolutely no experience being taught how to fight underwater. I don't know if there are underwater combative schools. If there are, I've never heard of them or been to one.
You should start one, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's do Woody's free diving course, learn how to hold your breath for 5 minutes, and then we'll start doing underwater jiu-jitsu.
Exactly.
But I think they did a good job from a filmmaker and storytelling perspective.
Okay.
You know, this guy, you know, if you have guns, being at a distance is disadvantageous to me. You know, so if I can get in the water and bring you into the water with me, you know, I can bring you down to my level and even the odds where your you know your weapons don't make as much.
Well, those guns don't work on the water, by the way. There's videos out there on YouTube of people firing AK-47s in a pool in their backyard, and nothing happens. Like the bullet stops like within 3 feet or something.
Yeah, they just disintegrate. So, you know, bravo to the filmmakers and the choreographers and the fight people. I think they designed a great fight. Would it work in reality? No. It would be the Marines playing torpedo ball. Everybody pile on top of everybody, and then
With
somebody
knives.
drowns. Yeah, and just stabbing wildly.
By the way, that guy tied them all together. They all had knives, and they still didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I think my favorite of them all, again, I like more to react to the real videos where instructors are trying to teach somebody. So my final thought continues to come back to our Turkish instructor.
Yes.
Who seems to have very strange methods of teaching, and I would love to understand. If he was sitting next to me, I would stop every one of them and say, why did you teach that?
Yeah.
What were you trying to teach there? What's the learning
What's the
point?
lesson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a good answer,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Well, and I think last thing I'll say, I think it falls under what I call the cool trap. Like, do those moves look cool? Are they functional against a non-resistive opponent, or, you know, drowning victim or what have you? Yes, if the person is actually trying to get a hold of you, like doing that drop kick. The first thing they're going to do is latch onto your legs, and they're going to hug your legs. You know, doing that, you know, modified throw to, you know, arm lock. They're going to be swimming in circles. Like, literally all you have to do to get out of that is basically duck your head and come around back, which is hard to do on the surface, super easy to do in the water. And I think that's where you find the flaws in it. I think where, you know, stress and rescue works so well is that you're doing it, you know, especially at Woody's place, in a real world scenario where you understand, like, how difficult it is to handle people underwater, how difficult it is to maintain somebody's buoyancy when they're not helping and you have to tow them 500 yards.
Exactly.
You know, how difficult it is to transition somebody from the water to the shore, keeping them safe, keeping their head above water, and most importantly, while doing no additional harm to your victim.
Or yourself.
Yes, and, you know, chopping people in the throat, drop kicking them in the chest, things like that, it's just going to cause further injury.
Right.
It's not solving the problem, it's creating brand new ones.
Which makes me always come back to some original comments I had about him. Like it or not, everybody, I believe that this guy is filming these not to educate, but to feed his own ego. It feels like an ego type of a thing to me.
Yeah.
There's just no other thing that I can conclude at this point without speaking with him.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, thank you, everyone. I know this is a long one, a long kind of breakdown of all these videos, and, you know, from different perspectives, from the movie making perspective to choreography that you talked about, to fighting and all of that. Pretty interesting stuff. You know, one of the things I wanted to do, and I asked Chris about this, is we want to create our own content, our own, like, you know, videos that we write a script and, like, put it all together. And Chris agreed to be an actor on the video.
That'd be great, but they will be more for learning, not just fictional, crazy stuff like that.
And fun.
I don't really have it.
Yes.
Fun.
And fun.
Like, you know, we've been talking about the ones where we're going to chop the high pressure hoses, low pressure hoses at different depths to see what happens. That's interesting. We can learn some things from that.
Yeah. So anyway, you'll hopefully see Chris on future videos with us here on Dive Talk. But other than that, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We already remind you at the beginning to like and subscribe if you haven't done that already, and check out our memberships that we started, you know, a few weeks ago, and we have a handful of members already. You know, for Dive Talk, there's 3 tiers of membership, and they all have kind of their own benefits for people that really want to get our content before it comes out. Even, you know, we have some people that leave us comments like, I can't wait for the next one. Well, members get the content before everyone else gets it. And I like to share sometimes, even a week in advance what's coming next week, so people get, excited for it and do some research if they want to about the videos that are coming up. So check that out if you can contribute or not. The only promise we make is that 100% of the money that comes in from memberships, we're going to use on making videos. I don't know if we're going to be blowing up any jet skis, to be honest.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
No, I don't know about that. But
remember, you took you took the privilege of deciding.
The memberships are $3 a month, so let's be realistic.
If you guys get the jet ski, I'm just saying.
No, we're going to get an old beat up one, and we're going to find a tank launcher and hopefully blow it up.
That's a horrible idea. But anyway, we'll try some ideas. Again, all of the money coming in from membership will go to creating these videos. We even had some members ask if they can contribute to like if we have a travel fund, if we want to go somewhere and film the dive, but we can't afford to go, they want to sponsor it for us to go and go dive and film the dives. I don't know about that. I feel like then I'll be very pressed to make an amazing video about the dive, because sometimes, as you know, they get blown out, conditions aren't good. But anyway,
we'll see.
Keep the ideas coming. We love your ideas. And, anything else you guys want to add?
I think I certainly have given my input on these, and we'll talk to you soon. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right. We'll see you next week.